class today as a test batsman tomorrow for Alistair Cook? I suppose you wouldn't pass it.
It'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? It'd be absolutely brilliant. I think he's just enjoying milking all the applause that he's getting. He's just driving on to about as long as he possibly can. But yeah, it would be fantastic if he was to get to 100. But he's just played. I think he's played really well. I think he's shown everything that he's about in his so far in this game. It's all about waiting for the right ball in the right place. But he's just looked pretty organised and got stuck in. It's not easy out there. It's been quite tough. But it looks as though he's really enjoying the scrap, doesn't he?
Possible 100 to end the record-breaking career. It might also be doubted, but it's probably present most people, but it's supposed to not average.
No, he's been pretty calm. I would imagine that the reception he got tonight when he went out to bat would. I mean, I think he probably moved him and moved everybody else in our dressing room. How fantastic the support that he's had. But you're right. I mean, he just seems to cope with everything that's in front of him. And I think that's one of the. As much as we're going to miss his runs and his catches, I think the calming influence that he has in amongst the team, amongst the staff, amongst everybody. Just his calm way of going about things, doing things, dealing with what comes from media and television. He copes with that and seems to cope with it very well. So I think that's something that we will all miss when he's not in the dressing room.
You mentioned missing him. Come what may tomorrow, how much do you think you're missing?
Oh, hugely. I mean, I think, I can only speak from my own point of view, but when I came into the group in 2014, he was captain of the side and made it so easy to be a member of staff of the England cricket team, because that's quite a daunting thing to come into, having never played international cricket. But what he manages to do is make everybody feel very welcome, very part of things, young players, old players. He seems to have the respect of everybody, and everybody's very comfortable talking to him. He's got a very down-to-earth way of being. He's got a cheeky sense of humour, and people find themselves being drawn to him. And I think that's something that, come Sri Lanka, there will be a lot of people looking around, realising that he's not there. And I think then people start to realise what an impact he's had on them and us as a team. He is, as I say, just a very caring bloke, and he's someone that you can talk to about anything and everything. And I think even young players that come into the team this year have found him to be exactly that. So I think he'll be a huge miss.
Will and Andy?
Keaton didn't make too many today. How do you assess his series as a whole? Do the numbers not tell the whole story, or has it been?
So just start the same first bit again.
Keaton didn't make too many today, and he's finished his series as a batsman now. How do you assess that series? The numbers aren't necessarily where he'd like them to be, but has it been tougher than that? Is there a different side to the story?
Well, I think we would all agree it's been tough for anybody at the top of the order against the ball. But the important thing again today, and it was only a small passage of play, and of course you want, he knows he wants big scores, he wants hundreds, he wants 50s, big partnerships, but the partnership that we had today at the important time, we've only got a lead of 40, what we couldn't afford to do is lose 2 quick early wickets and allow Indians to get back into the game. And I think he's shown that the one thing that's been quite impressive is that you would never know looking at him that he's actually not scored as many runs as he would like. And I think again today he went out looking very positive, his feet were moving nicely, he has tried exceptionally hard to get stuck in, but ultimately, like every player, you're judged on the amount of runs you scored. And we can say from our point of view, that he's played 2 important innings in this game to help us not lose early wickets and give ourselves a chance of getting a score. He's done it, I think, in both innings. But ultimately, he will be disappointed that he's not gone on and got some decent runs.
Moeen's finished his time as number 3 in this game. How would you assess his performance, and is there at all a bit of concern the way he played today, bearing in mind what the challenge to come this winter?
Well, he'd be disappointed to get out the way he did today, but the first innings he showed that he's not all about just playing big shots. Yes, he played and missed a few times, but actually, you know, he stuck to what was asked of him really well. He got stuck in, he showed some real good application. He wants to bat at 3, he wants to bat up the order, and obviously the Sri Lankan series, if he can bat at 3, and that's what the selectors and captain coach go with, then he obviously gives us a lot more balance in terms of the opportunity to play 3 spinners in that series. So, you know, the 2 series that are coming up, Sri Lanka, West Indies, I think he's put himself in a good position to bat at 3 in both of those series.
And just going back before the day, I mean, the innings of Jadeja to get India up close, was there an element of frustration? England have found it difficult to get rid of the last sort of 2 or 3 wickets over the course of this summer. Is that an area that kind of frustrated you today?
Very frustrating. Yeah, it's very frustrating. And you know, a chance dropped before that last partnership got going. That was obviously disappointing. But you know, to be fair to Jadeja, he played magnificently well. He played really, really well. I mean, I think he's an exceptional cricketer. I think he's a dangerous cricketer with bat, ball, and in the field. You know, and I think we would probably be reasonably happy that he's only just played in this last game. You know, I've said many times before, I think he's a fantastic cricketer, and he showed that again today. You know, he's dangerous with the ball, he gets important wickets, he's brilliant in the field, and he is a high quality batter.
Do John Allen, and we'll finish with Vish.
Where do you think Jennings is with regard to being chosen for the tour to Sri Lanka?
Well, I would like to think that he's done enough in difficult situations to be opening the batting come the first Test match in Sri Lanka. You know, and there's a slot going now at the other end, and we've talked about the fact that, you know, Moeen may or may not end up batting at 3, so there's definitely a slot at the top. I would like to think that, and it's only a personal view, that the selectors would stick with Keaton and he would be opening come that first Test match in Sri Lanka. And I think, you know, it's, as much as it's been tough for him, it has been exceptionally tough. It's been tough for, you know, both teams in tough conditions. So he's not the only one who's found it hard work. That's not to say that, as I say, you judge it on how other people are going. And he has high standards, and he will be very disappointed, you know, that his series hasn't panned out with more runs. But I would really hope that the selectors will stick with him.
Just go back to what you're saying about what you're going to lose in Alistair Cook not being there come Sri Lanka. You're probably notice the off-field stuff a lot when he's not around. Does that sort of lean you towards, I mean, I know you're not a selector, but would you like to see Broad and Anderson retained for that series? Because there is some talk of perhaps, you know, resting him, given that, you know, there's a big summer next year, etc. But that, given that you're going to lose such a big presence in Alistair Cook, does that sort of thing, you know, lean you towards retaining them, even if not necessarily they play every test?
Well, I think that would certainly be something that Ed and Trevor and Ruti would be looking to make sure that we still do have good experience in the side, because it's all very well having, you know, younger players coming in, new players coming into the side, but you do need experience, and you do need people who've been around the block. They know what to expect. They know that, you know, Sri Lanka is a tough place to go and tour, and I think the reason why probably there's been a lot of chat about those two is we've all at various stages said that there are some good bowlers coming through, but those two in particular, we want to make sure that they're, you know, fresh and firing come the Ashes at home next summer, because they're so valuable, and obviously they will play a massive part in England winning the Ashes next summer. So, you know, I think that the thought of, and it's happened to Jimmy, I think, in the last 4 or 5 years that I've been involved, you know, we've talked previous to the tour saying, oh, he might not play every tour, you know, we'll have to look after him, and he's ended up coming back playing every game and being our best bowler. So, you know, you do have to be careful being too precise with your planning in advance, because you don't know what else is going to happen along the way. But I would be surprised if they're both not on the tours. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
I've got lost a bit in the middle there, but yeah, I would be surprised if they don't. I'd be surprised if they're not on.
You expect both to be on?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, and if they don't play every game, then so be it.
Vish to finish off.
Paul, both teams this series have had issues with the ball, and a few occasions where they've had them changed, and today was India's turn. There's a kind of theory going around in domestic cricket that the Duke's ball this year, these battered Duke's balls are a bit off, a bit dark, seems more proud, hence why opening batsmen are struggling all over the country, and I suppose in this summer as well. I think they've averaged something like 20 for both teams, India, Pakistan and England. Is there something or anything that you've noticed about them that's particularly off?
They seem to have done a lot. I think it would be the opening batsman who would be a little bit more concerned than we are. I mean, it can happen, can't it? I mean, I don't know enough about balls to and the exact science of making them, but you know, they've done plenty this summer, and I think all the opening batters would agree perhaps the seam needs to be flattened a little bit. So because it's been a challenge, hasn't it? It's been a serious challenge. To be fair, they've not hit enough to flatten the seam, have they? That's been the other problem.